So in the last 10 years, we really witnessed an evolution in terms of IoT, especially in the manufacturing world. What we've done so far is collecting data, analyzing data, but it's surely not enough. It's not enough if we want to walk towards the autonomous machines. And it sounds a bit like science fiction, but it's already happening in other markets. So, for example, you have a car, and if you're buying a new car right now, you're probably identifying yourself in what you see here. So new cars have an application, and you can monitor them remotely. Electric cars really meet sustainability principles, for example. There are cars that are able to park autonomously, and that's amazing, or they can also drive autonomously. I've been recently to the States, and I've seen taxis in San Francisco that didn't need a driver anymore. But paradoxically, exactly the opposite is happening in the manufacturing world. So if you compare a car to a machine, to learn how to use a machine takes several hours of training. They're definitely more complicated. If you need to be notified if one of the components has an anomalous behavior, it's definitely not immediate. The softwares running on the machine are outdated. They're monolithic systems, and they're very expensive to be updated. Some of them are not so sustainable, and definitely the revenue coming from post-sale services is quite low. So hence our company mission. How can we provide services to simplify the usability of machines, and how can we improve the experience of the operators on the line? So we started from some high value added functionalities, such as the ones that I mentioned just before, so remote monitoring, analysis of consumption. We have some functions on the maintenance, video streaming, etc. But what we really need to do to basically make a step towards autonomous machines is, yes, collecting the data, analyzing the data, but also make them actionable. And how do we do that? By applying some of the most emerging technologies in the last few years. So we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about machine learning, we talk about generative AI. Lately, we had some conversations with some of our customers, and what they really notice is that there is a significant lack in the skills of the people. So the specialization of the operators is decreasing over time, and this represents a huge problem for the end customer, but it's definitely a great opportunity for the machine builders. Why? Because if machine builders till now were basically only selling physical assets, they now can sell the knowledge. So how to use the machine properly, and how do we collect this data? By tracing how the best operators are using the machines and summarizing this knowledge. So the very first challenge regards the operator knowledge. What does it mean? It means understanding if the operator is sufficiently trained to use the machine properly. To do that, we calculated a KPI which is called productivity per interaction, and basically we consider the number of interactions that the operator has with the HMI of the machine, and we get this data thanks to one of the modules of our industrial IoT solution, and that's called machine recorder. And then we count and we calculate the productivity of the machine per each slot. So what does it mean? If the operator is an expert, if the operator is very well trained, it means that the number of interactions with the HMI is going to be quite low and the productivity is going to be high. Vice versa, if the operator is touching several buttons, is probably not that well trained and the productivity is going to be mediocre. So what can we do in this case? We can, of course, transfer the knowledge from the most expert operators to the ones that still require a bit of training. And of course, we can also record these procedures so that we can learn and we can set then those machines to make definitely them more autonomous. Then, always talking about skills and knowledge of the operators. yes, we have problems at the shop floor level, but not only there. Also, the customer service is lacking some skills. So if you are a machine builder, you're definitely selling every year more and more machines. You want to reach new markets. Maybe you want to sell your machines also where operators are less trained or they don't speak mother tongue language. So therefore, generative AI is there to help. What we've done, starting from the beginning of this year, we have developed a virtual assistant, which is based on generative AI. And he is able to basically process a huge amount of internal documentation, such as manuals of machines, manuals of components, maintenance procedures, the tickets that the customer service receives, and is able to provide an answer in just a few seconds and more than 100 languages. And this can really represent the co-pilot for the customer service, and can be also provided to the customers. Because if you imagine, as it was mentioning before, if you have a customer, for example, in the Philippines, the operators, the maintenance team doesn't speak English fluently, you can provide them with such a tool and they will be able to communicate with their language. So it's definitely a very efficient way to improve customer service. Moreover, Wilson is not only able to access and process internal information, so the knowledge base of the company, but can also query your IIoT platform, if you have one, for example. So it's going to be much, much easier rather than looking at the dashboard, just querying in natural language, so asking a question in natural language to an artificial intelligence system. Last but not least, another way to foster knowledge within your company and improve your operator experience is exploiting the 3D CAD. So each company, machine builders, end users have a 3D CAD, and probably you wouldn't be here if you don't have one. Within 3D CAD, there is a huge potential and behind definitely great knowledge, and they can be very easily integrated with your industrial IoT solution. Imagine you're an operator, you need to recall a particular maintenance procedure. And this way, with the visual procedure, it gets quite immediate. Maybe you have to change the format of the machine. Maybe you need to substitute a component. Now, instead of reading a paper manual or a digital manual, you will be able step by step to follow all the instructions. And how is it possible to realize something similar? You just need to provide a very simple no-code editor to your technicians, and then can realize such a tool. Always talking about what is possible to do, starting from a 3D CAD, is training, for example, when it comes to learning how to use the machine before it has already been delivered at your industrial plant. So imagine you're a machine builder, you commission a machine, you would like to provide your customers with the possibility to learning already how to use the asset. So you can, of course, as I explained just before, provide them with a visual documentation, but you can also provide a virtual reality system. So simply wearing a visor and using the remote controls, they will be able to perform some maintenance procedures. They will be able to train muscular memory, because as you can see now in the video, the person is moving around the machine and is learning how to perform the specific activity. You will do it in a very safe environment, and you're able to repeat it as many times as you like. And even if the machine is not still delivered at the industrial plant, you know already how to use it. So just to summarize, the title of this presentation was about autonomous machines. So are we there yet? Absolutely not. But are we walking in the right direction? Surely yes. So if before the meaning of industrial IoT for the industry 4.0 was about collecting data and analyzing data, now there has been a huge shift with the industry 5.0. Why? Because now IIoT means a driver for improving the experience of the operators, and is more human-centric, of course. So what you've seen till now is not a demo. This is our reality. This is what we've been done as a company in the last 5 years. We are an industrial IoT solution provider, and we've been working with more than 70 customers so far in different industries. So we talk about food and beverage, we talk about pharmaceutical, we talk about packaging, we talk about automotive. And if you are interested and would like to discover more, come and visit us at our stand. We are in Hall 5 at the number 230.